There are aspects of the Queen's passing that almost defy understanding. At the beginning of last week, she accepted the resignation of the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. She invited Liz Truss to form a government, and as the world's pictures noted, shook hands with a smile and congratulated her. Britain was singing God Save the Queen. 2 days later, Thursday at 6:30 p.m, Buckingham Palace announced the death of the Queen at Balmoral Castle, and outside Buckingham Palace they were singing God Save the King. Is this the rhythm of life? Liz Truss was the 15th British Prime Minister, but the Queen had seen, met and received 16 Australian Prime Ministers and 14 US Presidents. In a message I posted on my Facebook page on learning of the Queen's passing, I said that I remembered as a child lining the streets of the little township of Oakey in Western Queensland. To call them streets would be to sophisticate what they were, dirt tracks, on the way to an airport that had served Australia's cause in World War II. There she is at the airport on that day. And there we were, and there she was in an open car. Each of us felt she was waving to us. It was 1954. She visited 57 Australian towns and cities in 58 days in 1954. She made 157 speeches. Goodness knows how many speeches she had to listen to. But at 27 years of age, she was everything we all thought a princess should be. She was beautiful and always beautifully dressed, with a glorious and unforced smile. We were then a country of only 9 million people. 3/4 of the Australian population were just like us. They wanted a glimpse of this young person, almost completely remote from our understanding. It was as if she was from another planet. You couldn't help but feel it was her youth. After all, she became the sovereign at 25, and the first Prime Minister to greet her was her own Winston Churchill, who was then 78. Even so young, she knew she was born for the role. Not just her empire, but the world marvelled then at this beautiful young woman, with dignity, grace, a sense of occasion, but an almost unself-conscious sense of responsibility. As we grew up with her, we now find that same admiration, respect, and almost reverential awe have accompanied her in her passing. As the flag over Buckingham Palace flew at half-mast, so came the rain. In literature, it's called pathetic fallacy, where inanimate things assume the feelings and responses of human beings. It seemed that even nature was in sympathy with the harsh environment of last Thursday, that this monarch who'd been part of our lives for so long had been taken from us. It's not that it was unexpected, but as with any life, no matter the preparation for death, when it comes, it brings with it the burdens of shock and relief and grief. As one young woman outside Buckingham Palace said as she put up her umbrella, England is crying.